Talk, it's time to rock. We have always over the last 3 or 4 weeks on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, the midweek special. And I see a couple of comments in the chat. Holy cow, I almost forgot about the midweek show. Sweet, from Nelson. Wow. Hey guys, my name is Andrew. As usual, I'm here to spend some time with Brad, my co-host from Melbourne, Australia, who is still going through some difficult times, and he can tell us all about his difficult times and what he's been up to. But we look forward to spending a little bit of time with you. This is a special show again for our friend Warren, because he is part of the club. He's part of the club. You need something special to join this club. And and it's only a guitar, but we'll talk about that.
It's a guitar club, Andrew.
Bro, tell us about what you've been up to when did I see you last? Sunday. What have you been up to?
Well, just obviously day-to-day life. I've got a course I'm doing at the moment, which is consuming me a little bit. But other than that, just been getting organised for, some songs I've been working on, and I've actually been, just been mapping out a few things and arranging a few song ideas I've got. Trying to get back in the swing of all that as well. Listening to in the background, listening to music throughout the week that we've got coming up. Do you want to segue and talk a little bit about what we've got coming up there, Andrew?
Yeah. We'll do that. I'll just do a quick shout out while we're hanging about, just kicking the breeze. We've got Arvin in the chat as usual, very dear friend of the channel. Derek, Clapton,
that's
again
Eric.
Becoming, that's Eric. Yeah. Must be, because he knows a lot of stuff that only Eric knows. Turning out to be a very, very loyal and outstanding contributor to the show. We have Teresa, who's going to join us later on. She's going to watch the replay. And we have Alan. G'day, Alan. Nice to see you. Appreciate you jumping in. It's always a pleasure to see you. And Brad and I are the guys from Australia and New Zealand with the funny accents. Yeah. We've got funny accents, but we're proud of our accents because that demarks us from everybody else.
Yes. No, there's nothing wrong with our accents, mate. Apparently other people might make fun of it, but that's fine.
Well, us Antipodeans, from this part of the world, we're thick-skinned, mate, because we come from Anzacs. And if you guys know anything about what the Anzacs did, and if we could at least lay claim to that title somehow, we're thick-skinned. We can handle it.
That's it. We can handle it. If we can handle anything.
Yeah.
Already been up to, Andrew? You've been busy this week?
Yeah. Busy, man. Busy. It's just, phenomenal. Can't complain, though. I'm not complaining. Got lots to do at work, and getting stock is a big thing. But, that's worldwide.
Yep.
But look, I obviously, like you, look forward to doing these shows. These midweek specials are becoming a little bit of a treat, something that's a little bit different for Brad and I. It's something that we don't plan a lot for. No. So for once, you're going to get something where we just ad-lib a little bit and we're just talking off the cuff about our own thoughts and experiences, which makes it a little bit easier. Brad?
Well, I don't know about that, because sometimes having the notes in front of you of what you're actually been listening to or whatever can help you. But we'll do the best we can.
Yeah. And look at that. We got a friend there. We got cool accents. Thank you, brother.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
Did I do a shout out to Warren?
You did at the very start, but you might as well do it again. He's a proud owner of one of these. He's actually got his unboxing on his channel, which I actually watched a bit earlier. So there he is.
Hey!
Speaking of the devil.
We were deciding on a topic, and we thought, jeepers, what we'll do is we'll just dovetail the midweek special that we did last week into something again for you. This is just our little bit of our contribution to you, bro, because of the trial that you're going through. So Brad and I decided what we'll do is we'll talk about your Stratocaster that Brad's got.
Yeah, exactly, man. It's beautiful. You can play cocaine on it beautifully. Yes. You can have it back, Warren. You can have it back. Actually, your one looks pretty sexy anyway, mate. This isn't your one today. Oh, actually, it is. I'll take it back. It is. This is yours. I'll try and pour it up.
Yeah. So we've got some photos to show with you guys, and obviously we've got some stories to tell, because guitars, as we all know, have a story. And because we're guitar nuts, some of us like to hear some of those stories. So I'm going to pass on to Brad the next 10-15 minutes. He's going to talk about his story. And Warren, we know a little bit about your story, and if you ever wanted to jump on and do a show with Brad and I and Simon, or at any stage, let us know to talk about what you've been up to. You know you have a permanent invitation. But talk about your story if you want in the chat. It will work well. So Brad, tell us about your guitar there, brother.
Well, friends of the channel will probably understand that we love the 24 Nights era of Eric Clapton. So for me, growing up, listening to Clapton, the benchmark for me was always 24 Nights. And watching all that footage, I absolutely just loved Clapton's Strat. The color, the pewter color. I love his black one as well. But the pewter color just really, it was, I was addicted to it. Like, I needed to see that all the time. I'd watched 24 Nights, and I was, always watching the pewter gray guitar just drooling. So, as it may be in the 2000s, I went searching, just looking, I was watching 24 Nights in the early must have been, 2005, 6, 7, I can't remember now. And just by chance, I found one on eBay, and it was in America. And I started chatting to the guy through eBay, and before you know it, I ended up sort of committing to it. But how it happened was, it was advertised for a lot more expensive than I paid for it on eBay. And he was saying to me that no one wanted to buy a pewter grey one, everyone wanted the blackie. At the time. And I was like, well, let me know if you I can't afford what you're asking, but let me know if you change your mind. And it must have been a week or so later, he contacted me and offered me a lot less. Just goes, I've got to get rid of it, blah blah blah, it's a bit of dead weight and I need the cash. So before I know it, a couple of weeks later, I got a message, it was in customs, and they held it in customs for a long time. And if anyone's ordered a guitar, whether it be through a eBay collection or, have ordered one brand new, and you've actually got to wait for it to arrive, and you're checking the courier and the process of where the courier is, and how frustrating it is to know it's sitting at Melbourne Airport in customs, and it was sitting there for a long time, and I just couldn't get there. So it was like torture. It was like torture because I knew it was there. And I unboxed it and lifted up the tweed case that it comes in, and yeah, it was like that ray of light came out and was sitting in the case. I was spanky maple neck, the pewter color. It was just like one of those moments for me. I was holding what I felt like was Clapton's guitar. That's what it felt like to me, and I've done a bit of research on at the time. I'd done a lot of research on the guitar and the active boost and everything like that. The TVX boost, and the mid and the mid boost in it as well. So I knew it wasn't like a normal Strat, which we're going to talk about moving forward. But that was pretty much it for me. And I mean, the initials are my son's initials. So when he turns 18, 19 or whatever, if he appreciates it, it's going to be his first guitar. But that was the intent behind buying the guitar in the first place, was to get him something. And then I found it and I was in love with it. So I thought, well, I'll hold it. And if he doesn't want it, I'm going to keep it. Which it very well be. I very well could just keep it anyway. So how about yours, Andrew? I know you've got one too. Are you gonna show it there? Have you got it handy? Have you got it in front of you? Or
Yeah. So mine's an 89, and I got mine in 1994, and I had it for a few years, and I sold it to a friend of mine around 1999, and never regretted it for a while. And he had it and had it and had it, and I got it back off him around 2003, 2004. So it'd been gigged a couple of times, it'd been knocked around a little bit, but it had the mojo from my friend Rick using it for a while, and I was always pretty lucky, I suppose, bro, when I consider that I was in a situation to get a guitar back that I had, early on, because when you go on social media and read stories about cats selling guitars and all that and regretting it and then hopefully trying to find it. So I was pretty lucky, because mine was always within, 100-mile radius. But having said that, I bought about 5 years ago a Clapton Blackie, and had that for a couple of years, but just didn't. You know how sometimes you get a guitar and it's like Brad said, it's everything that you want as soon as you open up the case, and that's that gold light coming through, and then you grab it and then it just becomes instantly part of you. And that certainly was the case with my 89 when I got it. But when I got my Blackie, I just couldn't just, I tried. So I got rid of it, and that went towards me getting my Les Paul. So, so I ended up getting, something that, else, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But, we've got some picks here, too, guys, that we've taken of our guitars that we're going to throw up and talk about. But I just want to chuck one other little thing out there to Brad and everyone else in the guitar world. We were talking about this in the green room. One of the great things about a Clapton Stratocaster, and it was something that's just dawned on me when I was thinking about doing this show with Brad, it's a different guitar. It's not a Stratocaster. It may look at Brad. He's holding one up there. It looks like a Strat, but it's not. It's got its own mojo going. It's got its own, because of the electronics, obviously. And, Brad will talk a little bit more about that. And I suppose Warren too can offer some opinions, but it's not a Strat, is it?
If you were to plug in just a single coil Strat next to this, it's like chalk and cheese. They feel different to play. A lot of that response that you get from the pickups makes you play a certain way. You know, play a single coil Strat. It has the Strat tonality. We'll talk a little bit more in depth about it in a minute, but I find the guitar is a beast within itself. It's not like you said, Andrew. It's not like a Strat as such. It's a very unique instrument, and obviously they worked quite, hard on it. And it's tailored to Clapton. So pretty much, I'm assuming, even though he had, the custom shop jobs done when he first started, I'm pretty sure nowadays he'd pretty much be still getting, Strats made for him and things like that. But as far as I'm aware, they're the same shaped neck, the same electronics, same everything. Yep. So it feels exactly the same.
Yeah. And I think Warren's hit the nail on the head there. It's a powerhouse of a guitar, and I think that's a good description. It's a powerhouse, and clearly that soft V neck is amazing, and I'm one of the people that love it.
Yeah.
Brad, do you love the neck?
I love it on this guitar.
Yes.
I love it on this guitar. If I was having, like, say, for example, my 70s Strat, I love the neck on that because it's got a quite a unique feel to the neck. The fretboard on it is quite the same. It's this, but the soft V shape on the back, it's just different. It feels different. It makes me play a certain way. This guitar makes me play a certain way, but different to when I play my 70s Strat, for example. So they are different, very unique. But I love the guitar neck on this guitar. Yes, I wouldn't put this neck on a Strats, for example, without the electronics.
Yeah. I look, I dig what you're saying, and I get it too, because that's the difference between, say, this Stratocaster here, my Brownie Tribute, which has a classic C neck, and just the way, especially when you're playing from around the 12th fret up, it's just got a different, and it's something I know guitar players understand. It makes you do something that's a little bit different than what you would with that soft V, which allows you to, I suppose, play faster. Would that be play faster maybe?
I find because of the shape of the neck, where your thumb sits, like when your hand's over the neck as such, I find you tend to put your thumb more there on these necks than across like this. Like on Strats, I tend to play a lot like with my thumb across, but I tend to play a little bit more like. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I still tend to go like that because my natural style is to put my hand up, like my thumb over. But I find because of the shape of the neck, especially when you're playing lead stuff, like you sort of your hand. It's funny because I'll try and explain it. So when you're playing a lead stuff, like when you're coming up higher, like say, or down low, sorry, on the fretboard, like in that position there, my thumb kind of goes up top of that, because the neck does this. The neck kind of does a V, so it goes down, it raises out, and then it goes out like that. So it's not rounded as such. It's a little bit V shape. I don't know if you can pick that up. But say when I'm playing up high, you tend to just sort of rest around here.
Yeah,
that makes sense. And then when you're playing up, you tend to sort of put your thumb down here a little bit more when you go to your lower notes up here. So kind of just it's a weird thing, and I can't really describe it, but that's the feeling thing for me on a V-neck, and it does feel very soft in your hand because it's missing like a lot of girth. on the neck, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Kind of just has, and I wish the camera would show it, but it kind of has like if you can, so there's a raised section here where the line is, and it goes up and then down. So it's like a V shape. So it's like you're holding the V in the center of your hand like that, and it fits so comfortably. And obviously that's Clapton style.
Yeah, I think if people go and Google Strat neck profiles, we've all seen them with the classic C and the what is it, the soft C as well, and then there's the D, and then the V. But look, I've got to agree with Brad. I think that the V neck is it's unique. It's and I think this is one of the reasons why this guitar, the Clapton guitar, is its own guitar. Yes, it looks like a Stratocaster, but with the TBX and the mid boost, it just adds fire, I think, to what you want to play. And as Brad said in his introduction, it's going to give you something closer to this important album, Journeyman, isn't it? Some of those 80s albums, you know, it just gives you that ability to get that crunch tone that Clapton has. And we've discussed it before, haven't we? You know, Clapton doesn't like a big pedal board, does he?
No, and that's we're going into the controls here, like the active mid boost, which is on the bottom here. There's it's tone controls made into an active mid boost, and it's got a TBX tone control. So it's kind of like if a lot of basses have active controls. So they have a dimple in the middle, and it goes. So you're sort of meeting at 12 o'clock. It locates and stops. So you go more treble back to where in the center, and then you go more bass. And I'll do some tone stuff for you in a minute just to describe how Clapton uses it. I mean, it's pretty obvious how he uses it because you can see it in his live performances. But he'll go for a solo and he'll just do that, and it thickens out and it gives that little bit more drive into the front end of the amp. And then obviously you see him sort of back it off after a solo. Or if he wants a thicker tone, especially when he's playing cream stuff, you find he uses that flatter tone to try and get more of a Les Paul vibe or a SG or whatever, you know, like a 335. And he puts that active boost up a little bit. So
John's got a question. John's just made a question in the chat, John's 100% correct. That's exactly how to describe the V. There's more wood on the skunk stripe.
Yep.
Yep.
And it kind of, so the neck kind of just does a V like that. I'm over exaggerating the V, but at the top is where the skunk stripe is. Yeah. And it does really fit quite nicely in your hand like this. So it really does fit. So when you're sort of going up and down the neck, it's where your hand naturally curves, it just sits in there. So it kind of feels like no effort. It's a really, really good design, and Clapton's obviously done it because that's how he plays. He likes that.
Yeah, and I remember reading too in a guitar article. I couldn't find it. I tried to get a little bit of work done today on the show, but as I said at the top of the show, we don't put a lot of research or, we tried to wing these midweek specials to see how good we are. and that's the truth. But I do remember him reading somewhere that he liked the soft V because, he's got small hands. And that's another thing too. If if you've got smaller hands, it works just a little bit better.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not blessed with monstrous hands like Stevie Ray Vaughan had, there's other ways around it. But the neck radius is what, 9 points something. I can't remember what it is, but it's very close to a flat fretboard. To be honest with you, it feels pretty flat, as opposed to from my description of that. Sometimes Strat necks are radiused, like very radiused. It's not radiused almost at all. It kind of feels like it's what do you call it? 9.5, I think, is the radius on it. So it is very flat compared to very curved, if that makes sense. And it kind of reminds me of playing like a Les Paul style neck, even though it's the scale of it is obviously Strat scale, and that scale length from bridge, to nut is basically it gives a lot more twang with that scale length, and that's why Stratocasters have always stayed with that instead of going a shorter scale, if that makes sense.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm not very technical with guitars, guys, but I'm trying to explain it the best I can.
Oh, well, that's just what we do here. We do it the best way that we can. Hey, guys, we're streaming, obviously, on our YouTube channel, which is fantastic. We really, really appreciate that if you guys are watching us from there. But we are also streaming on a couple of Facebook groups that are related to our page. We're there on All About the Blues, home of the British Electric Blues Show. Check us out there. And we're also streaming on all things there at Clapton, the British Electric Blues Show there. So we've got a bit of a presence there. Check us out there. And if you haven't done already, I noticed there's a few new people in the chat. If you want to stay in touch with us on Instagram, your best place to check us out would be on Brad's Instagram account. His one is easy. It's easy at Brad Cook Music.
Easy peasy.
Check him out there. Put a sub there. You can find me there somewhere. You'll find Kurt, our brother from the 5150 show there. You'll find Simon somewhere there. And you'll find Michael also somewhere there. So have a nosy around and you'll find some people there. So just follow.
Yeah. It's always good, to connect with you guys the best we can. Outside of the show, and we do share a lot in the stories and things like that of things that are coming up, and so it's a good way for us to communicate. From my Instagram page, I've got a link directly to Andrew's Instagram account too in my bio, so that's the best way to do it. So awesome. That way, subscribe to both, and definitely if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. But Andrew, so you're going to show some pictures of our guitars. I mean, we hold them up to the screen, but it's not quite the same, I don't think. So that's my my beast. Yeah. So it's that nice pewter gun. I call it a gunmetal grey color, and I believe so. That's the pickups of the noiseless pickups. They're the what do you call it? The vintage noiseless pickups.
Yep.
Andrews has got the lace sensors. That's the. I tried to get a good photo of the V-shaped neck. To me, it looked good. You can see right where the guitar attaches to the body. You can see there where it starts to it's flat, and then they cut it. So that's the angle. Yep. You can see that's the V shape. You can almost see it there. It looked better on my phone than on a screen, but I hope you guys can sort of get a bit of a view on that there. Maple neck.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, good maple necks. That fretboard's very flat, which is what I was saying. The bodies are older as well. I have to mention that. They've got a certain quality to them, older. And obviously that's the headstock. And I didn't take a photo of the tuners, but they got what do you call it, the vintage style tuners as well. So
and I like them. Yeah, because you just cut them and you just poke them in the hole and away you go.
I think they're the best ones. They're the best ones, and I'm sure that Eric Clapton's guitar tech likes them too, because they make a hell of a difference when it comes to changing strings. So I took the back cover plate off just to show you guys where the battery's fitted. So they've got a route out in the back there for the battery, and that's a 9-volt battery that operates the active circuitry in it. And if you look closely, the block there at the back, it's actually blocked off with a piece of timber. That's how
what you guys have to what you guys have to remember too with the Clapton Strat is that when you finish gigging or when you finish jamming or noodling, you've got to pull your lead out, because if you leave your lead in, which is something that guitar players love to do, you're going to drain the battery. Yeah, so pull your lead out.
Pull your lead out, would you? Jesus. So there's Andrew's one. So you want to talk us through that, buddy?
Yeah. So that's my girl there. So as Brad said, that's pretty much standard. I've changed the scratch plate recently, so I'll show you guys that in person. I don't think I've got any photos, but Brad can talk about that a little bit more too, because I think he still has the single ply scratch plate. And the single look, if there is something that I disagree with on these guitars, I think it's that single ply scratch plate. It's It's buckly.
I know that they tried to probably make it vintage, like a '50s, late '50s Strat, because they were single ply material. But once you've had a 3-ply scratch plate, it almost feels embarrassing to have a single ply, in my opinion. It just looks a bit cheap and nasty. But that's the downside to that. And I sincerely say this, I've got an EC Strat, I've got an Eric Clapton Strat. It's got a single ply guard on it, but I would rather that it was a 3-ply myself. So yeah, and you can see Andrews has had a little bit of aging compared to mine, which is nice. So
yeah, see,
old
signature. 30-year-old guitar. There's the back there of it.
Yep. And you can see on Andrew's one as well, where on the neck where it went into the body, you could see the V shape. Sorry, you can see it if you look closely. You can see where it starts off and right up high there on the neck where it bolts onto the body. Beautiful piece of wood too. Yours is beautiful because the neck's aged a little bit and everything looks great.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, bro. I have to agree with you. When I saw, there are a couple of guitars that I've seen over the years that I just automatically had to have. Eddie Van Halen with the Music Man, and we've talked about our Music Man guitars before, and we'll continue to talk about our Music Man guitars. But when we saw the video on that, it was like, holy cow. And when I saw Clapton playing that guitar around this era here, 89, 1990, with that pewter grey, it was just like Brad said. It was, I
fell in love with the colour. It was like I had all these, ideas in my head that one day, because I was very young when I saw, 24 Nights. I saw it when it came out. I was very young, and I was just learning to play guitar, and I had all these ideas. Yeah, I'm going to buy a nice vintage looking Strat, like I'm going to get one like Hendrix. And then when I saw Clapton playing this pewter color, that was it for me. That was it. I wanted one.
Okay, so we're just going to talk about these scratch plates now. So I'm going to get Brad to present his, and then I'll show you mine, because I've just recently changed the scratch plate. So hold on, guys. So there's Brad's single ply there.
So you can see it's one at the plastic white part we're talking about, guys. The scratch plate there, it's single ply. It's you can see it's starting to lift in the corner over here. It's very thin. I personally think not so much with this active circuitry, but I think it might even affect the tone when it's single ply as opposed to a 3-ply. Not sure which is better, but I'm saying it would definitely affect the tone. But yeah, that's a single ply there. You can see on mine it's starting to lift in that little corner there.
Yep.
And then if you look at Andrew's, he's changed the scratch plate over. So do you want to present yours, Andrew?
Yeah, so this is my one here, and obviously because it's the modern 3-ply, I had to put a couple of extra holes in. So so you guys can see there that it's, oh, hold it up. Yeah, so it's the
how,
standard 3-ply. And what happened on my one is the front pickup here, the neck pickup was up about 3 or 4 millimeters. It was just, and I'd cracked it. There was a crack here as well. The crack was there.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not sure why they. Oh, I guess they tried to keep it like the 50s style Strat. And I do believe Clapton's Frankenstein Blackie had single plied in it, so they probably just kept it uniform.
Yeah. And that's look, that's not a bad thing, but yeah, I'm going to agree with what Derek said in the chat there too. What's Derek saying here, bro? I wonder why they didn't do to keep in a solid color and prevent the buckling. Good point.
Yeah, and I'll say it. Here in Australia at the moment, they're retailing at, say, between 3.3 and 3.5 Australian dollars, and they're putting a single ply guard on it. That's just, I guess that's just how Clapton wanted it. But for me, I would have much preferred to have seen a 3-ply on it. That's just me, though. So I'm sure you agree, Andrew, because you've done it.
Hey, Tony, thank you for joining us. And good to see that Warren's given you some good advice for a change, because if you're friendly with Warren, I'm sure he's full of bad advice.
Rat bag.
But he's given you good advice. Following us, yeah. We'll try and keep you entertained.
We get referred to as the rat bag channel, so we're full of rat bags, so we're proud of that.
Good to see you.
Welcome to the rat bags. Yes, so maybe I can just demonstrate like what the different controls do on the guitar. What do you think? So, so guys, I'll try and do a little bit of a demonstration. So let me just 2 seconds, guys. Rookie mistake. I did what Andrew said and unplugged it, and then I forgot that it was unplugged. So, all right. So you've got 3 controls here. So you've got your volume. That's your TBX control, and that's your mid boost. So I'm going to have the mid boost all the way off, and I'm just going to go through and highlight the all the way turned up treble and all the way turned down bass on each pickup for you to see the difference just on that alone. And then I'll show you the boost on with each position. So there's 5 positions, so bear with us, guys, all right? So I hope that's okay with you all watching. So I'm just going to have the volume all the way up. Right, so that's on the neck position with that was in the neutral spot or the middle. So I'll push it up. Then I'll go all the way flat. So you can hear a massive difference there. It's very flat. So the number 4 position, so it's the neck and the middle. All right, so that's in the middle. That's all the way up treble. And I reckon Clapton uses that one quite a bit.
Yep.
Okay, but when you go flat, all the way flat with that, so you can hear that's probably got closer to a woman tone, if that makes sense, whatever Clapton called that. So I'll put it back in the middle. So the middle position, I've recently picked up that Clapton plays that position quite a bit. Have you noticed that, Andrew?
Absolutely.
He plays the middle pickup alone. So when you go all the way up treble, all the way flat. Oh. So it's quite drastic. It's quite a drastic tone compared to the very sharp one. So put it back to the middle, and then you go the number 2 position, which is a classic Clapton position, isn't it, Andrew? That number 2 position.
Yep.
I think I can hear Clapton, not in my playing, but that tone just makes you play that way. So
Yep.
if I turn that all the way up, if you turn that flat, it's very Les Paul-y with the tone down a bit, if that makes sense.
That's why Clapton loves it.
Yes. So you can hear that why he likes his TBX so much. And then I'll just go to the bridge pickup, which is usually the one that always gets left off unless someone's trying to play, you know, Voodoo Child Slight Return. So the middle position, that's in the middle now, the TBX, and that's on the bridge pickup, which is the very back one. You back the tone off. No, wrong one. Back it off flat. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually activate the mid boost, right?
Yep.
Can you hear the difference in that?
Big time.
Thickens right up. So I'll put this back in the middle position with that boost on. So, guys, when he solos, he'd be like... So that's he doesn't really use a pedal these days. He just uses that boost there.
That's it.
So yeah, like so that quack position, that what I call number 2, that quack position. So that located in the middle, that all the way down, like yeah. So you can hear the difference there. That's what he uses instead of a pedal. So, and obviously just in doing that, for example, there's so much variation when he activates that, and then he turns the TBX up. So like... So I can hear like a bit of a Les Paul thing there, like a Gibson. Right? Can you hear what I mean? It's got a bit of growl to it. So I think that's how he gets his Les Paulish sort of tones with that TBX up a little bit, but he uses it all the way up when he's soloing 100%. So like if you can indulge me, I'll just go through the The middle one, same thing, just in the middle position. I was just doing so. So there's a bit of tonality difference in that when you back that off as well. So it sounds, that's that the neck and the middle together. So it's pretty dark. It gets dark, and obviously there's a so there's some pretty cool tones there, eh? How's that?
That's not bad.
Pretty good. I obviously, if you want to go the full tilt, I've got a little bit of a chorus here, so I'll stick that on, and that gives it's kind of like that 24 Nights vibe. And I'm no Michael here, so I can't sort of pull off what he does, guys. But how's that sounding?
Man, that's fantastic. And you need to edit this and put this up as a separate video, bro.
Yeah, well, I've always loved that, and in the the early days, that was one of the solos I used to sit and practice. What's the other one? I don't even remember it, but that other one, yeah, is I'll do it again. It's was it? He kind of has the TBX off, and I reckon he's using probably the neck and middle, or the middle for the solo in what's it called, Running on Faith, the first one. I always love that section where he does that bit. I always just don't know why it is, but so. Can't really remember it, but there you go, guys. And the overall thing, you know, I mean, that whole thing of Clapton, So that's a really common spot for Clapton on this guitar especially. You can really hear it straight off, I reckon, on that number 2 position. Straight off, you can hear Clapton. They've obviously tailored the guitar to suit, and that's with the mid boost all the way down, and the mid boost all the way down, and the TBX just in the middle. It's just got that tone. Can you hear that?
So just before we take you off presentation, Quinton's asked, he's got a request here. So he wants you just to show us your high E vibrato, please.
High E? You mean on a high E string?
Yeah, that's what he's asking. Awesome.
Bring me back. Bring me back.
Thank you, bro, for that sound demonstration. So go back and have a look at some of the comments. Brad will probably edit that and put that up as a separate snip for promoting his channel, and obviously us too. So everyone's been grateful and blown away by the sound differences between the different settings. And it's something that just offers a little bit more than a standard Strat. And that's one of the reasons why I think a standard Strat guys have a lot of overdrive pedals. But the great thing, as Brad's demonstrated for you guys, that mid boost just gives takes it from a a trebly guitar to something that's just got a whole heap of grunt.
I mean, that's one thing I will say though. When you try and play stuff very Hendrixy and stuff on this guitar, it doesn't quite sound right.
No.
I mean, I'll show you what I mean. Can you guys hear that? So this is with the TBX in the sort of... So I've just got it just like from the middle, just 1 or 2 notches towards treble. It's got a bit of a Stratty vibe, but it's not quite Hendrixy enough. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's a bit synthetic-y. Does that make sense? I don't know. What do you guys in the chat think? I mean, for me, it just sounds a bit synthetic-y for Hendrix and stuff. It doesn't have the right tonality.
Yeah, but that's the thing though, Brad. You know, Clapton's not playing that kind of music. So yeah. So obviously, if he was, he'd probably just have, as Brad said, a normal Strat. But the great thing with Clapton though is that he's got 40 years of guitar tones and styles that he gets, that Brad has illustrated remarkably well from a single guitar. And the only time basically you see Clapton changing guitars is when he's either going to slide, so obviously that guitar is a little bit higher off the fretboard, isn't it, or some of the tunings, that some of the songs that he has, they're tuned differently. So yeah. Hey, Derek, thanks for joining us. Always look forward to catching up with you. We're probably just going to be here for another half an hour anyway, but thank you. Always
Yeah.
appreciate your support, Derek.
What I'll do is I'll show you when when he gets that when he does cream songs. I reckon he's on the he doubles between the middle pickup or the back. He's definitely using that TBX to get that thicker tone for the cream stuff when he's playing like Crossroads and stuff like that. Like a definitely got more body to it with that TBX up. It gives that little bit more Les Paul vibe, yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Quentin. We appreciate that. We wear that with that's a badge. It's a badge of honor. Badge of honor. Appreciate you, Quentin, hanging out with us. So just hold on, guys. Just hold on. We've got, if we go, where are we? Where are we? Where are we? We go here, share. Hold on. Okay? So these are some photos that Brad sent. Can you see them, bro?
Can now. Yep.
Awesome. So obviously that's there's our boy there. Hold on, mate. Hold on. I'll just get rid of that comment. Hold on. You've got all these different windows open. Hold on, brother. Hold on.
Right, you got lots going on there.
Right.
So that's a I'm not sure if that's a red one or a pewter. I think that might be a red one.
I know this photo set, so that's the Torino red, absolutely.
Yep. So that's probably around the late 80s, maybe. Do you think around that time? Because I think 88 or around 87 and that he was sort of in production, like for himself. He was like in design. Was that the correct? Am I correct there, Andrew, in saying that?
Yeah.
Around that 88, Fender started making a Clapton model, but I think they started a couple of years earlier with Clapton in prototype.
He had the Elite, had an Elite series, which had a 12 decibel mid boost on it, and he loved that. Thought that was great. Used that for a while, but they said, "Oh, look, we can crank it up. We can give you an extra 10 decibels." And he said, "Okay, put that in." It was like, "Oh, man."
So that's a really nice photo. That one. That's not the greatest photo in the world, but that's on 24 Nights. So if you're familiar with 24 Nights, that's the pewter. That's one of the first shots you see in 24 Nights of him actually playing guitar, and it's that's that color. I was like, what the hell's that? I was looking at that going, wow. And I really loved the flame in the neck on his guitar in that video throughout that concert series at Royal Albert Hall. It's just beautiful. It's just a beautiful maple neck.
And one of the things that amazes me about Clapton is when you watch him, his fingers are so delicate. The way that he just, his fretting hand and the elegant way that he uses his right hand when he's strumming and picking. It's just, beautiful. It's beautiful to watch. Yeah,
that's a beautiful guitar. Like, I don't know do you know what he's done with those guitars? He auctioned them, didn't he?
Yeah. He's been doing that for a while, and even now, since 2005, 2006, a lot of the guitars that he plays, go towards get sold, and goes towards Crossroads, his treatment center.
Yep.
Look at that. That's a famous photo too.
Yeah, and that's his Blackie. Well, the remake of a old guitar, well, obviously with Fender custom shop job, black one with a maple neck. That's the pewter one again. So that's a good shot of it. doesn't really sort of, the lighting doesn't make it look anywhere as good as it probably does in real life. But that whole 24 Nights era was just like game changing for me as a Clapton nut. I was like, wow, that, and I had to get that color. It was non-negotiable. I didn't want a black one. I wanted a pewter, or I wasn't going to get one.
And a special shout out to our friend Michael, because Michael was always intrigued by the way that Clapton was dressing, certainly around this era with these Armani suits and Armani guitar straps.
Yeah, he was right into it. The Armani stuff, and that's probably the pewter one there as well with the lace sensors. So you can see quite clearly the neck's got a lot of flame in it. So that would have been around that same era as 24 Nights, I'd say.
So Clapton plays a different guitar from the ones that we get, but you can buy Clapton's one if you want. You can buy the custom shop ones, they're considerably more than the $3, $4, $5 grand that you're going to pay for a standard Clapton Strat. So yeah.
I think they're the flame on those alone is where the value comes into it. So that's a more modern photo, or more recent than the 24 Nights era, but you can see that's a blackie. I think the photos had a bit of filtering done on it or something, but that's with the vintage noiseless pickups in it. And he's clearly on the neck pickup there. He loves that neck pickup too. We've been highlighting that number 2 and 3 position, but he's quite he's a neck pickup guy. I think that's
another famous photo.
Yeah, and that's just like that's that 24 Nights that's running on Faith when he goes to the B chord. I think it is the C to the B.
Flicking the bird to everybody.
Yeah.
Another famous photo.
I wanted to show off and highlight his fashion here. He's got leather pants on, Armani top. Is it Armani? It's got to be something like that.
Got to be.
And the strap, Armani leather pants and Armani guitar strap. And, he's about my age there, I think.
And Nathan's got an Armani suit on too.
Yep. Oh, he had them all outfitted at the same shop, Andrew.
Yeah. Another famous photo.
Yeah, these photos are brilliant. And that's a little bit more recent. I think that's a slightly different color to the pewter. I don't know what you call that. That's a master shop build. But
that's that metallic black one that came out, which is no, it's metallic blue, and it's based on a Mercedes color on one of his Mercs.
Right.
Fender did a special run for him.
Okay. So yeah, that's Clapton. He's still got really nice guitar straps and everything. Not quite as flashy though. Still single ply pick guard there though, Andrew.
Yeah.
I think that was about it. Oh, there's another one of Blackie. One of his black ones. I only put one of the red one in, and it was a black and white photo. So, but you can get a red as well.
Hey, Dog Pa.
And I believe at some point they were making white ones as well, but they might have been master build ones. But yeah, that's pretty much what's that? Oh yeah, 13 grand. Yeah. I mean that's the thing. These are such a well-built guitar. Listen to how loud that is not plugged in. Great guitars. I mean that they obviously went for that those classic tones, but he was using the soldano as well around that 24 nights, and he's going for that tone. But I mean, the whole thing. Obviously going for that tone with the guitar, that classic Clapton tone. I guess he could play any Strat and he'd sound like Clapton, but phenomenal. I mean, that tone, I've got it pretty close here. I don't know what it sounds like there, but the tone I got here sounds like it could be straight off 24 Nights. So, and that's the tone that I think you can pull with this guitar quite easily. It's more the guitar that helps you get that tone, yeah? So that's pretty much, for me, it's the Clapton guitar. If you want a Clapton tone, you've got to have this guitar. What do you think, Andrew?
Oh, yeah, look, guaranteed. So this guitar here, you're not... you look, and this is one of the reasons why I suppose we have guitars, because guitars are important as far as replicating something that you've got in mind or something that you've been hearing for 20, 30 or 40 years. My Brownie tribute isn't going to pull anything close to what Brad was saying or describing or what we can listen to on this album. You got to have that TBX, and when I never had my Clapton Strat for about I don't know how many years, for about 10 years, nothing I had got close to it. So yeah, and that's one of the reasons why we've got one of these guitars over here. That's like Brad was saying earlier, to get the Hendrixes, Stevie Ray Vaughan kind of stuff. That's just the standard classic Strat, nothing major. Just Simon, hey
Simon, he's in for the morning shift.
He's in for the morning shift. He's listening to two guys with funny accents. Well, Simon's got a funny accent too.
I know, we got all sorts of accents on our show.
The funny accent show.
So Simon, just to brief you, mate, we've just been running over some Clapton tones, and we'll just I'll give you a little sample. How's that? It might be too early for you, but anyway, we'll give it a shot. Is he still around? I'm just going to play that again because it's such a classic solo. Beautiful. Good to
Awesome.
see you, Simon.
Yeah, good to see you, Simon. Oh, shit. Pressed the wrong button. Hold on. Gosh, all these different buttons. Hold on. Yeah, good to see you, Simon. So, yeah. Thank you, bro, for running through that. And like we said earlier, Brad will chop these up and we'll put them out as separate videos, which is always good.
Yep.
Now someone's got to start work. But, bro, look, I agree with you. I think one of the great things about these Stratocasters, if you can get a deal too, you know, I suppose that's probably one of the good things. And I know that Warren got a bit of a deal on his guitar too, so that certainly helped. But if you can get a deal on any guitar, that's always the key, isn't it? Don't go out there and throw shitloads of money on something. If you're patient and do a bit of digging around, you can always find something that's just a little bit more affordable, isn't it, bro?
Yeah. And your guitar's so good, Warren. Beautiful. Sounds great. What do you think? You know, sounds fantastic. For me, the Clapton Strat is a great guitar to play live. It's a great instrument to play live because it's pretty versatile. You can pull off a tonality, a lot of different things, which is fantastic. So, wow.
That's a deal.
That's a deal.
1,000 off retail. Wow.
That's awesome, man. That's so good. Unreal. That's phenomenal, man. Well done. Yeah. But that's it. The ones you can buy secondhand or in the shop with just a nice maple neck on it, nice spanky maple neck. They're definitely worth getting if you're I used this predominantly when I was doing when Prince passed away. I was using this predominantly as the main guitar because I could pull all those really cool Strat tones and thicker tones as well.
Sonia. How long's Sonia been in the chat for, bro? Well, you don't know. You've been playing guitar.
Yeah, I mean,
have you been lurking, Sonia?
Just with the control, the volume control too, it changes the tone of the guitar immensely. Have you noticed that, Andrew? Like you sort of there's quite a drastic change in tonality. It thickens right up, and then it.
Well, one of the best examples of Clapton mucking around with his volume control, especially, is on the Cream Union tour when he's doing Badge. That if you want a very good illustration of just him with the volume, that song's going to do it. But we should do a special shout out then to Chris at Logan's Pianos in Sydney. Thank you for looking after Warren. And if anybody wants to get some deals on some gear, check out Chris at Logan's Pianos in Sydney and tell him that the British Electric Blues show through Warren sent you.
There you go. So I hope you guys picked up a little bit from, I'm a bit shaky on the guitar at the moment. I wasn't very warmed up, but you can hear the difference in the guitar. No, the tonal thing. You can really hear it. I'm sure you probably heard that. So
you did well, bro. You did well.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's a beautiful guitar. It's a purpose guitar. If you want that Clapton tone, you need one of these. 100%.
Go in and surprise him. That's what Simon says. Go in and surprise him.
great guitars. Go in and buy one from them. And yeah, make sure you tell him Warren sent you so he gets looked after next time he goes in there. There you go. There's a bit of sales repping. Yes.
It's all about connection.
Yeah, there's a good connection for you guys. So, I don't know. For me, I tried recording with this guitar on my EP, and it just wasn't the right sound for what I was trying to do. I was trying to get more of that vintage Strat tone, but just jamming along with my own stuff, even with this guitar, it sounds okay. You know, for a live performance, I'm sure it would pull off amazing, you know. But it's got its pluses and minuses. I think the pluses far outweigh the minuses, in my opinion. It's a player's guitar. It's designed to be played live. That's just my opinion. It's designed for Clapton to use as a tool on stage. 100%.
Awesome. Hey guys, we're going to be doing a live stream on Saturday. I think early Australia, New Zealand time. We'll have a special guest from the United States joining Brad and I, and then on Sunday we're doing the Sunday show, Brad and I and Simon, and we are looking forward to going through ranking the tracks, Led Zeppelin, Houses of the Holy. So
holy.
Sorry,
holy.
Be looking forward to doing that album. So if you guys want to join us, look, I love that album. I in between doing some research over the last couple of days on that album, I didn't realize, actually, a bit of a spoiler, at the time, a lot of the critics kind of panned that album.
Yeah, and it's fantastic. That's fantastic. You know, absolutely fantastic record there. I was listening to it today, just doing a bit of research, and fantastic. I'm looking forward to Sunday. It's going to be great.
Yeah. So we'll have some tone tips. We'll have the Rock Professor on, giving us some background on that album. I'll be going through doing a basic intro on it, and then as usual, my co-hosts will be filling in the gaps, as they wonderfully do. And we look forward to joining you guys. And we've got Kurt, the Rev 5150, Brad, and I the following Saturday. What are we doing on that show, bro? I can't remember. What have we decided? What? Oh, Kurt's going to be talking about his trip.
Yeah. It's an interactive show. We're going to get everyone in the chat to asking questions, and you know, he'll tell us all about it, and they can ask questions. It'll be fun. He's not. Warren says he's not getting hold of not getting hold of his notes.
And we might even do a midweek show next week. Thank you, Alan. Yeah, I've been especially blessed to I've just pressed the play button, and I've just sat here like everyone else, been blown away. I've contributed nothing to the show, but yeah. I mean that sincerely, but we do look forward to look, you know, these midweek shows that we do, just like I said before, you know, we don't do any research for them. We're just on here hanging out, and you guys are joining us, and we really, really appreciate that. Oh, here we go. Look at that. We're gonna do more. We're gonna do Heaven and Hell. If we're gonna do Black Sabbath, it's gonna be Heaven and Hell, Sonia.
Yeah, Sabbath was fun. I enjoyed that. That was really cool. That was fun. That was a fun album to listen to.
Shit, that got a lot of views too. Hold on, I'll tell you. I was having just hold on, guys, because just hold on. Go to over here, your channel. Okay, so just hold on. Where are we? Videos. So Black Sabbath got 162 views.
I think it was more than that from the last time I looked.
I'm looking at it right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
100.
That's good. That's good for a modest small little channel like ours.
And our midweek special with Slow Hand, the week got 210.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
And our 5150 show with Rev got 215.
They're getting up there, which is good. It's good.
Yeah. Mark. Give Mark another give him another boost, brother, because he's late to the party. Give Mark something to put a smile on his face.
All right. Forgotten a bit. Yeah, I've forgotten that bit. There you go. We've just been doing some tone stuff with Clapton, so hopefully you enjoyed that.
Awesome. And as usual, these midweek specials are dedicated to Warren in the chat. And while Brad and I are around, we'll do. Look, they're not going to become regular items, but certainly while we've got Brad in his situation, we are taking advantage of him.
You certainly been. Actually, I had a look today, just quickly, in my lunch break from course. I was like, I'm just curious as to how long I've been part of the channel now, since October. Was it October the 8th last year? I think I came on for an interview. So you've pretty much had me since October the 8th. You've told me I could never leave. So we're gonna have to do a 1 year special in October.
Oh, look, I wish I could say that I was responsible for imprisoning you, but Simon certainly was an instigator in making sure that he was thrown away as well, and that the left ankle was chained. I chained the right one. He chained the left one. Hey, Nelson, we did a shout out to you, brother, at the top of the show. Always a pleasure. We're going to give you guys, before we crack on, I'm going to give Brad the final word, and then I'm going to present him, and he's going to spend a couple of minutes just playing this show out. And as usual, we wish Warren all the best, speedy recovery, bro. We love you. We love you, brother. Stay well, and we'll see you guys later.
Yeah, man, and get well, Warren. We're looking, our prayers are with you, mate. So, and thanks for the guitar, man. Jeez, tell you what, sounds phenomenal.
I'm sorry, John. It wasn't supposed to sound like that. We've got we're not that kind of. I suppose no. Brad has a key. Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness, you lot! I tell you what, the lot of you're a bunch of rat bags, aren't you? It's great. We love it. We love it. We love it. Oh, we have a lot of fun on these midweek ones because they're totally nothing's planned. It's just you guys in the chat get interactive, and we're, I haven't been watching the chat, but I'm going to go back and read them. But yeah, thanks for. I will sort of segue into saying thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. We Andrew and I just last minute decided to do this, and because we're both owners of these wonderful guitars, we just thought we've been planning in the past to do something similar to this, and we just thought we'd just do a very loose one. We're happy to go over these again in the future. We might readdress these guitars again and whatnot. But thank you so much, everyone in the chat. If you're watching this later, please subscribe, because we want the channel to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, which would be fantastic. We're a small channel, but we're growing, and we get nothing but fantastic feedback from all you guys in the chat. So thank you so much for the support.
Woohoo! Rock and roll. Oh man, that was awesome.